What is up, nerd friends? Welcome back to the Nerd Bench. This week we're going to talk about firmware updates. You get a brand new Hobbywing speed control, you're going to get it installed, put your profile in there, and you're going to go to the track and go racing. This applies mostly to the Xerun series of racing speed controls, but every once in a while there's some updates for the Max series. If you have a QuicRun product, don't worry, no firmware updates available for any of the stuff in the QuicRun series. So even with a brand new speed control, you still want to check for firmware updates. There are occasions, like I said, in the Max series where there's firmware updates, and in the Xerun series, it's pretty safe to assume that there's been an update since the speed control's been out. In the racing segment, there's a lot of things that change, and we like to stay up to date with all that. And this doesn't just apply to the Blinky class rules, it applies to modified racers as well. So check your firmware updates. So we're going to pop open a brand new speed control and cover the basics of how to do the firmware update to the speed control, as well as make sure your app and your Bluetooth tuner is all up to date as well. So to do a firmware update, you are going to have either the LCD Program Box Pro, because that has Bluetooth built into it so it works with the app, or the OTA Bluetooth module. It does not support the Wi-Fi Express anymore, and the app doesn't work with the older multifunction LCD Program Box. There are a handful of speed controls that have built-in Bluetooth, and those no extra programmer is required. The Max H E2S, as well as like the Axe R2 and the R3. Those guys have built-in Bluetooth, no extra programmer needed. You want to have the app, obviously, in your phone or your tablet, your favorite smart device, and you want to make sure that your device itself, the operating system, is updated there, and you want to make sure that the app is updated as well as the app's database. So you look up HWLink V2 in the App Store. It's published by Hobbywing Technology. That's us. Download that app, install it on your phone. If the app's already installed, you can check for the update. So you want to make sure that the app and the database are up to date. You can do that pretty easily. You go to Settings, then you're going to go into About, and there you'll see the app version as well as the database version. You can just tap on either of those, and it'll check for the update for you. Now, you do have to be connected to the internet for that to work. If there's no internet access or you're in full airplane mode already, that, obviously it can't check that stuff. Now, the other topic, when doing firmware updates to the speed control or the modules themselves, the Bluetooth part of the module, it's best to kind of do it with this phone in airplane mode. Turn your screen lock off as well, because if this phone goes to sleep or you get interrupted during that process, it can disconnect from the update and cause you some problems, or at least at a bare minimum make you have to start the whole process over again. So airplane mode works great. I turn everything off except for the Bluetooth for the most. So let's get into it. I have a charged battery pack connected to the speed control. This particular model is an XR10 Pro G3X. And there's a programming port on the top of it. Most of the speed controls have a dedicated programming port or a dedicated programming wire for any of the tuning and or updating. Xerun series pretty much all have a programming port on the top of them. I'm going to turn the speed control on. That powers up the LCD Program Box Pro, and then in the app you go to the upper right hand corner, you tap the link icon, and it brings up your list. Mine is called CS LCD Pro, so I select that one. Yours will be HWBLE or HW325. Your default password is always the same, it's all 8s. I probably never change the password on my Bluetooth devices just in case, but there's a reset process detailed in the manual in case you ever forget your password. Now that's connected, that little link icon in the upper right hand corner is illuminated, and to get into the speed control firmware, you would go to Firmware Updates on the main screen, and you'll see your current firmware version listed there, and then the available versions. If there is a higher available version number, that'd be what you'd want to update to, and I'll just tap the firmware update button so you get an idea what that looks like. It brings up a tip that says make sure that you're not going to be trying to run the motor, everything's connected correctly, because if it comes disconnected, you're going to have a real bad. I'm totally not reading that. You hit confirm, and that starts the process. It'll analyze the data for a little while, and then it starts to go through the percentages. Now, this will take sometimes several minutes, sometimes a few minutes. It depends on the model of the speed control that you have. So don't try to do this while you're going through race tech. We've run into that before. Make sure you check for these firmware updates beforehand. Make sure that you're all up to date, because it can take a little while. And like I said, if you come disconnected through any of this process, 9 times out of 10, you can just reconnect, run the update again, and everything works like it's supposed to on the second or third try. There are situations where you can come disconnected at the wrong time or whatever the case may be. I'm not really sure what makes it happen. I haven't had it happen to me yet. But the speed control won't take the update, and you have to send it in for service to get the speed control replaced, type of thing. If that is the case, I would say have somebody else try to update it first, just in case. I feel like sometimes the phones have something to do with it. People think their operating systems are up to date and they're not. Things a lot of that nature. So you see this one speeding through the process because it's just kind of reflashing the speed control. There's not any big changes. Speed control files aren't massive. So once that gets completed, you get the firmware upgrade successful. Now, that's before you ever put the speed control into the vehicle. I haven't even installed it or calibrated it or done anything yet. That's kind of my first step when I get a new speed control to install, just to make sure that everything's ready to go before I waste my time installing it, if that makes any sense. Regardless of if it's a new install or you're just doing a firmware update, what are you going to do afterwards? Come on, you know what to do. Recalibrate. Calibrate the speed control to your radio throttle output. That's the part where it learns the neutral, the throttle, and the brake/reverse output. If you don't know what that is, check the link in the description down below. We got a video all about speed control calibrations. Another one to keep in mind is your profile settings. If you're updating a speed control that you've been running, take a look at the profile. Sometimes these updates are going to add or change settings, so it's not going to carry over directly. So make sure you know your profile before you do a firmware update on an active speed control. And then I want to show you the update for the actual database that's in the LCD Program Box Pro, or even if you have the OTA, there's a firmware for the Bluetooth section of this as well. So to get to that, you're going to go to Settings. You would think it would be Firmware, but it's not. You go into Settings, and then you go to Settings of the Bluetooth module, and there you'll see Modify the name, Change the password, Firmware Update, and Database Update. So Firmware Update is referring to the Bluetooth module, so if you have the OTA, it'll just show the firmware update because there's no database update. But if you have the LCD Program Box Pro, to get the LCD Program Box Pro to work in standalone mode, there is an update for the database that's inside of there, basically the speed controls setting file, so to speak. So you go to Database Update, and it's the same thing. If there's a new database, there'll be a number that's different, and you can run the update there. We never leave the old databases up there because we're always adding speed controls. We're not taking them away. And then you back out of there. And then if you go to Firmware Update, this is where you're going to see the update for the actual Bluetooth section itself. And it's the same thing again. There's an update. There's going to be a higher firmware number, if that makes any sense. The number will be different, but it'll be a bigger number. And if there are any updates available, you run those. And again, this is another one of those situations where you don't want to walk off with your phone, take a call, have the screen lock come on, any of that fun stuff, because it'll cause the same thing. You just have to start that process. So that should cover the basics for pretty much any of the Xerun series, most of the Max series for any sort of firmware updates. So the QuicRun series, while it does work in standalone mode with the LCD Program Box Pro, it doesn't support the app or the Bluetooth features, and they don't have any firmware updates for any of those guys either. Lots of us like podcasts. We do a podcast. It's called RC Stuff, powered by Hobbywing. We give away free stuff each and every episode. All you have to do to find out how to enter to win is listen to an episode. Just look up RC Stuff, powered by Hobbywing on your favorite podcast service. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, you can email us directly, northamerica@hobbywing.com. Did you need some Hobbywing logo gear? We got new shirts, we got new hats. We even have these cool tech pouches to hold all your Hobbywing goodies in, or regular RC goodies. I use mine as a tool pouch. It's pretty awesome. You can see through the back to see what's going on in there. Socks. Get your Hobbywing gear. Check the link in the description down below for some fresh Hobbywing merch. And as always, folks, thanks for watching. It's The Charlie Show, right here on the Hobbywing official YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.